Hi, this is Bill with Dine Drink Vegas. It is June of 2022, and I'm here in the Hilton inside Resorts World on the North Las Vegas Strip. What I want to do real quick is give you a tour of a regular guest room and talk to you how the Hilton compares with the Conrad and the Crockford, which are the other two hotels located in the same building. If you don't know, Resorts World follows a hotel within a hotel concept. There are three different hotels here, although they have a whole lot of common amenities. So let's get started by talking about this room here at the Hilton. The whole room is carpeted, which is great for noise reduction. Some of the other rooms at the other properties have tile floors. Fairly standard bathroom setup. The sink and everything is great. One of the things which makes this different from the Conrad and from the Crockfords is that both of those hotels have a double vanity. And in those hotels also, the toilet is in a separate water closet room. That means here, you're going to have to coordinate a little better with whoever your roommate is to get ready. Now, there are, of course, plenty of towels. They're incredibly soft and fluffy. And one of the things I like about this property, and the Conrad does it too, although the Crockfords does not, is you've got the option of a rainfall shower head. All of the properties here at Resorts World are using whatever this Mojave Ghost product is. I've used it for a couple of days. It works just fine. This property also, the Hilton, is also doing a great job of having power plugs everywhere. Although, I'll be honest, I'm not sure why right across from the toilet you need USB plugs. But whatever. Coming out into the main body of the room, you've got a closet. It's a great closet with plenty of storage space, but that's one of the other service differentiators between this hotel and both the Conrad and the Crockfords is that those hotels, there are rooms available for in-room, or robes rather, available for in-room use, which you don't have here. Coming out into the room, the appointments of the room itself are great. One of the things that I like, and all three of the hotels here do this, is that in addition to the standard mini bar, you have your own refrigerator. And that's great because there's a Walgreens right across the street. There are also any number of other ways that you might get drinks to have, whether that's a few extra beers or some sodas or some waters. You may need to keep medication. And them offering that private refrigerator is an excellent touch. Now, do know that on the mini bar, you don't want to touch anything. It says that it will charge you 30 seconds after you move it, but I honestly wouldn't touch it at all. You've got a great big screen TV. And they've done a good job of putting power plugs by the bed wherever you're going to need them. Both USB and traditional power plugs. The same thing is true on the other side of the room. Now, one of the challenges here is even if you're on vacation, sometimes you're going to need to work, and the workspace isn't huge. They've got this table here, which again is fine for setting up your laptop. It's also fine if room service comes over. But there aren't any power plugs really convenient to it. There are a couple over here. You could obviously do it if you needed to plug in your laptop, but you'd have to stretch around and that wouldn't be perfect. Now, I've talked about the differences between the Hilton and the Conrad and the Crockfords, and a lot of that comes down to cost and what you want to pay. In addition to considering which hotel you want to stay at, one of the things I'd encourage you to think about is, do you want to pay the premium? And depending on the night, it may not be more than 10 or 20 bucks. Do you want to pay the premium for a strip view? This room has what's called a limited strip view, but still it's great. When I stayed at Crockford's last night, I had a city view and the view was fine, but I don't know, I like this better. Also like being able to see what's happening down at the pool. The pool area here is one of the real strengths of the property and the complex. Now, in terms of other differences between this property and the Conrad, it's a lot smaller room. And there's nothing wrong with that because it's usually a lot cheaper room and the appointments are great. That bed is incredibly soft. Those pillows are incredibly soft. There's a whole lot of light. Everything works well. But it's not as big, right? At the Conrad, you've got a big space here. You've also got a larger space over by the window. So this room definitely feels a little bit more crowded than the basic guest rooms at either of those other two properties. In terms of other differences between the Hilton and the Conrad and the Crockfords, this hotel is a lot more crowded, and that only really matters if you're in the hotel lobby. But if you're in the hotel lobby, the lines are going to get long. Now, there is here and at the Conrad, but not at the Crockfords, there's an express line for people with VIP status in the Hilton Elite program. But still, the lobby's crowded, the lines are long, there are more rooms down the hallway. So it's just a little bit more of a crowded space. Also, in the lobby here, there's not a bar. Now, as it turns out, it's Vegas, right? Somebody will sell you a beer, and they've got several excellent bars off in the lobby. But I kind of enjoy the convenience of having a bar right down by my elevator bank. That said, those are pretty small points. And to me, the question of whether I would stay at the Hilton versus the Conrad or the Crockfords ultimately comes down to what I want to spend on that trip. This room's a little bit smaller and it's missing a couple of the finishing touches. For example, at the Crockfords, there's a coffee maker there on the mini bar that isn't here. I value some of the things like robes, and I'll pay for those things, but I won't pay a huge amount for them. So if I was going to come here to Resorts World, which I love, and this room is, I don't know, $20, $25 cheaper than a room at the Conrad, I'm probably going to stay at the Conrad. This room is $100 cheaper, I'm going to stay here because it's still a full-service Hilton with everything that I want, and all the facilities of Resorts World are available to you. The pool is available to you. All the restaurants are available, the casinos, the bars, everything like that. So it's a personal choice. I probably do prefer the other two hotels here, but it's a real close call, and it's a call that I'm probably not willing to pay a whole lot of money for extra. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, I'd love it if you'd hit like and if you would subscribe to our channel. You can also follow us on our webpage at dinedrinktravel.com. We're on Instagram and on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching, and happy travels.